Trump plans to nominate an inspector general to oversee the $500 billion bailout fund. President Trump said on Friday night that he planned to nominate a member of the White House counsel's office to be the special inspector general to oversee the Treasury Department's $500 billion bailout fund. Mr. Trump's selection, Brian D. Miller, is a former federal prosecutor who spent 9 years as the Inspector General of the General Services Administration. Mr. Miller was nominated for that post in 2004 by President George W. Bush. The Special Inspector General is one of several oversight mechanisms created as part of the $2 trillion economic relief package that Congress passed last week. The position will be closely scrutinized, as lawmakers from both parties have been calling for Mr. Trump to fill the role expeditiously to ensure that stimulus money is doled out with transparency and that fraud and favoritism are avoided. The president raised alarms last week when, after signing the legislation, he released a statement that suggested he had the power to decide what information the new inspector general could share with Congress. Some corporate leaders are bristling at the potential terms of the grants and loans authorized by the stimulus legislation President Trump signed last week. Boeing's chief executive, David Calhoun, for one, has suggested that the aerospace company could raise money elsewhere if it found the government's terms too onerous. Separately, Speaker Nancy Pelosi on Friday called for another sweeping aid package to build on the more than $2 trillion in stimulus measures enacted last week, indicating that Democrats would wait to pursue an infrastructure plan and instead focus on urgent action to help Americans weather the economic shocks brought on by the pandemic.